What would you say if you were to say something to entrepreneurs who have not yet reached your level?
Well, to entrepreneurs who haven't reached my level, I don't even think I've reached quite a high level yet, because there's just so much that I still want to do with Uzuri. But I would say start today, start now. Do you have a team or you work solo? What would you say is better and why?
I have a team. I love my team. Some of the members have been there since like the first week ImagineWe was created. And I think I prefer working as a team, because if I was solo with all this in entrepreneurship situation, you can't do it on your own. You have to have a strong support system. I think sometimes the team also believes in the vision, and when you're down, they kind of remind you, hey, remember what you said, so that helps. But also, I can't know everything. I can't know finance and know logistics and know, so at the level we're at, maybe in the beginning it would have been easy and saved me some money to work solo, but I think I don't regret having a team, and it's been one of the best things. Is there a product or service that you are proudest of creating?
Ooh, that's a really, really good question, and it takes me back to about eight or 7.5 years ago, when we started to really concentrate on producing shoes. One of the earliest designs that we created was Anna, which is still up to today, 8 years later, one of the best sellers. It always makes me happy to see how diverse that same product can be, and how many, shapes, and maybe not shapes, but how many looks it can take, and people still love it. I really, really love that product, and it's one of my favorite. And then one other product that I like is the primary school kids shoes that are usually made by our trainees while doing the training program, and we get to donate those shoes. I think we have really worked strongly with the team to create something for the kids that could last a bit longer and that could be passed on. So that's really one of the creations that I'm really, really proud of. In just a few words, what is something that you struggled with the most before joining BPN?
Bookkeeping, writing things down, having processes like this is how we write what has gone out per day. We used to kind of trust that we have an idea, like on Tuesday this, but tracking things daily really, really helped, because some money goes, just a small motto here that, someone went to deliver something, small things that you don't track, but in the end, it's actually a lot. Small airtime, small this. So really daily tracking, bookkeeping, inventory recording, basically the whole recording process is something that we started being very serious about once we joined BPN. Before we would do it like maybe there's a grant or maybe there's a loan application, and then we're just kind of stressed, and then I think there's a lot of information that was missed out. Now anyone can surprise us and be like, give us something, and we have it ready. So I'm very proud of that. Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. What's the worst advice you've ever received?
So this is at the very early stages of Uzuri. I remember going to talk to a financial institutions, and they said, oh, you don't need to invest in this. You would much rather go find a job or look somewhere else. I remember the frustration at a very early, I was 19, Kevin was 20. So I remember the frustration we had, but I remember just waking up the next morning and saying, and having a call with Kevin and saying, we're gonna do this. We're not gonna let that get to us. And then here we are 8 years later. If you had all the money in the world, what would you invest in to grow in your business?
If I had all the money in the world, I would build that institution that I talked about. I would increase, we have a lot of awesome products and awesome authors that we reject every year because we can't afford to bring them into the market. We would invest fully into our digital app. We have a self-publishing app that we've been really wanting to blow up, but because the funds are a constraint, it's very slow. It takes very, 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 very little time to get one milestone done. So I believe that as Africans, we have a lot of limitations in terms of, self-publishing because it has to be done via Amazon, and Amazon does not, take on a few banks. So that means, someone on the continent has to have a friend on the other continent to have a bank, and it's not everyone that has that, or it's not everyone that can be trusted, even if you have a friend there. So bringing the system back, our app is taking mobile money, M-Pesa, and all these credit cards. It gives the control back to African storytelling, and I think blowing that up is something. The second thing is marketing. I think marketing is important. We're very quiet. I think we rely a lot on word of mouth, and we could do better. We could be out there and attract new people. And then also the team, right? Like getting professional people who know what they're doing, and also giving the team incentives. I love incentives because they motivate people. I think my team already believes in the vision, but if we had extra incentives to keep them pushing, and to thank them for believing the vision for so long. So I really think that having the money is nice. Yeah. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That takes me back to the vision of a company that is, we really want to brand Africa as an origin of sustainable footwear items on the global market. And speaking of really being an international brand, I see, and this is also a great question. We're really brainstorming about it with our team very recently, working on our business model, and we want to really, really be out there. We want to expand to 5 countries within the next 5 years, and we want to utilize our e-commerce platform to also reach out to broader markets, especially the international markets. Today we're producing an order for Zalando, which is a very big platform, e-commerce platform in Europe, and we believe that it's an entryway for us to enter the European market. Still working strongly on how now to penetrate the US market. So Uzuri is going to be an international brand with a great diversity in product, able to serve the people, and also back at home, we really want to be able to have a workshop or a production facility that is serving people, that is suitable for the people, that we don't want to, Also back home, we also want to be a production facility that is suitable to the people and providing amazing working conditions for the people, for our team at least. Ooh, this is so like you. I like this question. What is the craziest / foolish thing you feel you did in your business, and what would you have done better?
Oh, girl, I think mostly like money management. I could have done a lot of things better, right? So when we felt like we're starting to get money, I was like, oh, I want to buy these types of chairs for the office, and at the end of the day, no regrets, but I could have been wiser, I could have, the blood was really hot. I could have been wiser and bought the things that we needed rather than the things that, made us look a certain way or made me feel a certain way. Yeah.
What's the best advice you've ever received as an entrepreneur?
The best advice I've ever received as an entrepreneur, I'm not very good at practicing that advice, but I heard it and I really want to get to a point where I'm practicing it, is when money is sitting in the bank, you're losing it. You're not actually gaining. So learn ways to invest, learn ways to actually not have the least possible in the bank and the most out there doing work and serving you. And you know, a lot of good advice I received lately has been around finances. How is money serving you rather than you serving money? And so I'm diving into the rabbit hole of learning how to use my money, and I'm learning. It's the best advice, but it's very hard to practice. So yeah.
You did it. Where did you get that shit from?